Good morning. What's up, YouTube? This is King Monyay. I'm tuning in for another day, trying to get this thing right. Gotta get it right. Gotta get it right. Somebody asked a good question about the Bay Area cats, and as we all know, for those who don't know, I'm out of prison May 17th, and I tell stories and words of encouragement to keep people away from incarceration. So one of the questions that was asked to me was in regards to the Bay Area cats. Bay Area meaning like, you know what I'm saying, anything Northern California, anything north of Bakersfield, I would say. And so the Bay Area cats, I will speak on them with the understanding of this first thing in mind. Understand that I'm from Southern California. I'm from San Diego, Southeast San Diego. And so the way Southern California operates is a little bit different from the way Northern California, and then there's some similarities. Okay, so in prison, when when we go to prison, uh, the blacks as a whole, but the blacks are still fractions. They have the Bay Area, you got the Crips, and you got the Bloods, and you got the different areas and stuff like that. But so from what I've observed, the difference being people up north, there's a more of solidarity, black solidarity. From what I've observed, they have a rich history. The up north, Oakland, San Marin County, uh, Vallejo, East Oakland, West Oakland, Berkeley, East Palo Alto. Do not forget East Palo Alto. For those that don't know, it's a little ass town, small population with some killers out there in East Palo Alto. Richmond. So I met killers from all these spots, and just like it's killers down here, but you have to, for those who don't know, up north, the Bay is like uh it's like the South, it's like Atlanta for California. For those who didn't know that. So right here in California, the Bay Area is it's a black community. It's rich in black culture. It's rich from what I've observed. You know what I'm saying? And somebody from the Bay can tell you even more than I can. But and just like LA is rich in black culture too, they got just meaning they got black people. But I'm talking about black culture, black history, as far as the Black Panthers. Okay, as far as Huey Newton, uh, as far as all the movements that originated up north, um, it is deeply entrenched. They have, like I said, a sense of solidarity. As far as for their fellow black men, they still have some education because they are more conscious of the history. So I'll start off with saying that first. Uh, they, for on a surface level, they'll view a black man as a black man. That don't mean they won't kill each other and all that shit. We'll get to that later. But I'm talking about they are aware of the history first and foremost. They have a pride first and foremost, and the pride is not over a color of a rag, but it's over the color of their skin. And so that's the difference up there. So inside of prison, a lot of those guys, being that they are in touch with their culture and in touch, have a sense of their history, are also in touch with their origin, their original culture, their original religion. So a lot of the guys are Muslim. Up there, it's a big Muslim community. And for anybody that knows anything about prison, the Muslim are the voice for the black community. Period. Period. What fraction is stronger? Is the strongest. So when you think about the BGF, when you think about anything, whatever you think about as far as the blacks, the people who are running it, who was organizing it, were the founders and the central figures were all Muslim, and so that's something that needs to be said. And so with that in mind, you get a sense of the strength up there. And so a lot of Muslims, a lot of blacks, and a lot of history up north. Okay, and so, but the gang banging, I had made a comment and said they do the same shit. They do. In my eyes, they do the same shit because they tripping over blocks, they tripping over streets, and it ain't tripping over color. But they still, this generation. I'm not from out there, but from what I've heard, and you guys, if I'm wrong, correct me. But from what I've seen, I've met guys, I've had cellies who are in there for murder. They kill too. They killing each other over blocks. They over there killing over money. Politics. When you're in prison, uh, when you're in prison, you know, the Bay Area have their own car. They stick together. They strong, uh, and part of their strength is because uh, they have a knowledge of the history and they still respect it. It's not much to say about it. One of the things I don't like doing is, we are black, right? And so I relate with them in that sense. But as far as their intricate details, there certain things I am not at liberty to speak on. That ain't really my car, so to speak. But I'm a Muslim, so I had allies, a lot of allies that was from the Bay. From the Bay, they was Kumi and things like that. But down south, that was one of the things I noticed. I said, man, down south, man, we really, that's one of our weaknesses. We down south, we bang, Crips and Bloods, and even if certain cities ain't really tripping like that, they can get along. It's just kind of like a weakness, a foolishness. And hey, what do I mean? I'm saying what it is it weakens our strength, man. Like, you soon as when you see a black, you instantly like, who is this nigga? Where this nigga from? And they probably do that up there too. So it's just it's a perspective. I felt like even when I was up there, you know what I'm saying, before I got out, I was thinking like, man, I'm about to go live up north. And part of my reason for wanting to go live up there was because of the black community. They got a strong black community, strong Muslim community, and it just felt like that was more in line, in tune with what I'm standing for today, versus to be down south where it's so niggas still tripping off the color of their rag or where they section where they from. Yeah, everybody trying to get money, right? Everybody trying to get money everywhere. But at the end of the day, down south, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers be set tripping. You know what I'm saying? And I say that, and I really don't want to believe that that's still the case today. I've been gone for 5 years. I haven't seen no set tripping lately and stuff like that, but I don't know. So I hope that answers the question. I just figured I'd dive into it. Let me see. They rolled 415, and so Bay Area. There's places I've been, like in Susanville. It was bloody waters, meaning the Bloods and the Bay rolled together. In most places, in YA, it was like that too, but it was different. In YA, believe it or not, now this existed. It was called Triple B 13, meaning it was the Bloods, the Bulldogs, and the Bay with the Southsiders versus C14, which was the Crips and the Northanians. That's some YA shit. That don't mean everybody was a part of that, but that shit existed. And so it was Triple B 13, and people was allied up, and so but in the pen, in the pen, man, it's just it's bloody waters. I see bloody waters. You see the bloods in the back. Bay Area cats is more about their money. Bay Area cats, from what I've seen, you're gonna have some dope boys, some D boys, and yeah, you got D boys everywhere. You got D boys out in Bakersfield. You got D boys from Banning. You got D boys from LA. You got D boys in Riverside. You got D boys in San Bernardino. You got niggas bang everywhere. They bang everywhere. They get their money everywhere. But when you think of the Bay Area, if they had to have one title, you know what I'm saying? For me, when I think of the Bay, I automatically think of E40 and Mac Dre, right? So with that comes a culture, some playeristic culture. So, but when you run into some of them cats, that's what you get. For me, the ones I met from Vallejo, players, all of them true P's. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about some real good game. There's some true P's. Oakland. From Oakland, I get more of a, you know what I'm saying, gutter, grimy feel, like, you know what I'm saying, D-boys, you know what I'm saying, but they pro-black, you know what I'm saying, but D-boys, about their money, but, you know, a similarity to how, I ain't gonna even say that part, but they give me that feel. But the East Palo Alto, them boys gave me a feeling like, you know what I'm saying, black hoodies and masks, you know what I'm saying, about to try to rob your ass. You get that feeling everywhere. But so, it just depends who you meet. You know what I'm saying? Depends who you meet. Some other things though that I noticed from the Bay that we don't do down south. We don't play like how they play. They play and call each other bitches. You know what I'm saying? That's how they play. See, that word bitch down south, we don't play with that. You know, that's like automatic fade. And from what I've seen, that's how they play with each other. If that's they homies, you know what I'm saying, they play like that and shit. They ain't gonna call nobody else it, but it's just, that's their thing. And just because they doing that don't mean they softer or they, you know what I'm saying, that's not all of them, but a lot of them. And it was a different generational thing. It was some younger ones, man. So I ain't speaking on bad on none of my Bay partners. You know what I'm saying, y'all. So don't mistake anything I'm saying. Just giving a little bit of what I observed and some of the differences. The differences being everything I mentioned. The similarities being they bang too. They tripping too. Okay, they say they ain't tripping over colors. And they may look down upon people down south like, y'all still banging over colors and woo-woo, but they doing the same thing. But they just doing it over blocks. And that's what's going on down here too. People tripping off of money, over blocks, and more over blocks over principle. Things that happen or what have you not. But there's some I got a lot of people from the Bay, a lot of homies up from Oakland doing time. Shout out to my bunkie who I just left, Capone from West Oakland. Shout out to Capone. And if anybody want to leave me any comments, you know what I'm saying, want to correct me on anything, hey, I stand corrected. I'm just giving a description on what I've observed and how I view them. But solid brothers, player brothers, some players, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Clip. Clip was a player too, like he was from West Oakland. He was my bunkie too. He's like, you know what I'm saying, player in a way, like he ain't tripping off of materialistic shit because he feel, hey man, this is nothing. It's AOB. I'm gonna get it back. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't really shysty. And you know what I'm saying? So it's good when you run across those people like that. They ain't shysty and you know what I'm saying? Just good vibes. Hey man. So that's it, man. I just want to lace you up on that real quick little video. Hit me up in the comments. Tell me what you think. Man, it's King Monyay. If you ain't part of the Monyay tribe, go ahead and subscribe. And let's go ahead and drop some comments in the comments. Go ahead and drop something. Tell me what you think about this video. All right. Y'all be safe.